Yeah, I mean, Kenny has said in numerous times that he actually wanted Anita to sing the songs,
Yeah, we
and
did. That's what. Yeah, absolutely true.
yeah, did but what was it about from your recollection of, say, Toni Braxton, that you saw that, wow, did you think she could pull off those songs? Because if you're writing for Anita, there's a level that you put into the songs, and now
Right.
she said and she's not ready for it. Now you're turning to this unknown that we've never heard before.
Right.
What did you see in those early
Well,
days?
I knew that she could do it because Tony was singing the demos.
Oh,
So when we were working, Tony and I would be like in another room working on the demo, and then LA and Kenny would get Anita on the phone and play the song. And Anita didn't like that song. And then we wrote another song, and Anita didn't like that song. I remember it like it was yesterday. And she said, well, what about the little girl that you guys have singing on the demo? This is Anita. She goes, why don't you let her sing?
wow.
And Ellie and Kenny said, okay. Because we never could satisfy her. Everything we wrote, she didn't like. And so I think we hung up the phone, and Ellie or Kenny said, Tony, you have 4 songs to start your album, which was Breathe Again, Another Sad Love Song, Mean the World to Me.
Love
And I
should have
think
brought you.
give you my heart, because Give You My Heart was the duet that Kenny was trying to write to sing with Anita, and
Okay.
ended up singing it with Tony. Right. Then later came Love Should Have Brought You Home. Exactly. So Tony had a good, solid 5 songs to start, and later came 7 Whole Days, and it was her album was like, we got this,
But
you know.
did it take much convincing when she said that, or were they disappointed and think, "Wow, what's and oh
Who Tony from Tony?
yeah, well, no, when Anita Baker
Uh
said,
huh.
"What about the girl on the? Why don't you give her the stuff?" Did you guys did they think it was just a cop out, or did they not think That's a good idea? What was it?
No, it was just like okay. It was like okay, you don't like it, it's a cop out, so we
Oh,
will give them to her because she does sound good. And Tony was excited that I remember. So these are now going to be your songs. So she was like, wow. And it was a great start to an album. These were songs that were written for Anita Baker. That now you're going to get to have these songs for your album. Think about that. You
yeah,
know, that's crazy.
yeah, and the reason I said that because when I interviewed Tony Terry and he spoke about how Anita saw his song with you,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Where's the video?" and she paid for his video and got Blair Underwood to direct. So there's a part of me when she said, "Well, what about the girl? Why don't you give her a
Mm-hmm.
shot?" As opposed to, "No, I don't want him. Just give it to somebody else." And I wonder, on
Right.
reflection, if you guys saw it from that. Wow, this is a door opening for Tony, who we know, as opposed to, and have more ability to develop as it goes on. Or was there ever a consideration or thought, or was like she
No,
just
it
didn't
was
want to work
just
with us? So,
yeah, yeah. That's what it was. It was that simple. It was like okay. So it's like somebody tell you they don't want to do something. You go okay, and you move on. There was no argument. And we
yeah,
kept on writing and kept on working on the album. So Tony ended up doing the duet with Kenny, which was great. You know, great video. Tony did a phenomenal job on Give You My Heart. And the rest is history, you know? So we didn't
yeah,
bat an eye behind it. It was, you know, like I said, yeah, we wanted Anita, but we thought that Tony was great as well, you know, as a new artist. Nobody had heard her yet, but we knew she was great. We knew she was going to be big,
yeah,
you
and
know.
Anita signed off on it too.
Yeah. So okay, if you think the little girl singing the demo is good enough, then we'll take that. She is
Yeah.
good enough, you know. So the rest is, as they say, history. That's how that went down,
And I
you
think though
know.
I don't think any of us could imagine anyone else singing those songs in the manner that Tony did. But what about Clive? Did he have to give the green light for her to release the album?
I mean, Clive, he knew the work. I mean, he believed in LA and Kenny, and he loved it. He loved Tony.
Mm,
You know, he loved Tony. So he was okay with it, you know. Um, so, you know, she was a new artist. He was crazy about Tony, you know. One thing I remember, he didn't like Breathe Again video. I
of the
remember
video.
I remember being in the office. You know, I was just tagging along with Ellie and Kenny, and he didn't understand it. Her running around in this maze. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
why.
yeah.
I don't know why that made me. You made me think of it, but I remember sitting in his office and he just didn't like it. He didn't understand it, even though the song was a smash.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't like the video. That's what I remember. So that's kind of funny.
Oh,
Yeah. But it all worked out, man. You
yeah,
know.
what was your role then? How does the labor division of labor and stuff when it comes to Tony? Because are you co-writing some of the things, or are you co-producing, or
At
how?
that time, I was co-producing, so and co-writing. Kenny and I did Another Sad Love Song.
Okay.
We all did You Mean the World to Me. We did, what else did we do? Give You My Heart, Love Should Have Brought You Home. So I was actually doing more producing. I was doing vocals with Toni, and I loved working with. Still to this day, Toni's my favorite
Mm,
voice to record. I love working with Toni. I love recording her voice. There's something about hearing it come back in
yeah.
the speaker. So at that point, I was producing with them.
Okay.
Yeah, they had given me the reins, and me and Toni would spend time together producing, and they would do something or whatever it may be, So, but yeah, I had started assuming a lot of the co-production
Your
with them.
production. What
Yes,
was your favorite
yeah.
song on her debut album?
You Mean the World to Me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still one of my favorite songs. Something about the way it
Yeah.
sounds. It's very pure. She was just so raw and untapped. You know what I mean? She followed direction well. Then,
Wow.
you have a new artist and they do what you tell them, and she just interpreted all the ad libs and the things that we would come up with. It's probably one of my top 3 songs, just favorite songs, because of the
Wow.
way it sounds and the way she delivered it. You
Mm.
know, just the way it sounds. Just sounds really good to me. It's something about the music and all that that Kenny put together that I love.
Wow. And I
Yeah,
do prefer another sad love song.
yeah, it's close. It's close. It's close. Don't get me wrong. Now it's close, but I do lean towards "You Mean the World to Me." It's something about it. Something about it. Yeah, special
Because
song.
when I think about what you guys did with Toni, she sort of went in the mode of Boys to Men, so sort of more
Mm-hmm.
of the adult contemporary type of stuff. So hence
Yeah.
another sort of love song was more. I was just in college, and so that felt more. I could connect with that, but the ballads
Right.
felt they were bigger, nationally bigger. But as I said, I
Right.
connected with that track. Even Love Should Have Brought You Home last night felt more. I could
Mm-hmm.
connect with those ones, but was there a sense of if we actually are, because you're selling 10 million in records, you're crossing over to not just the R&B, but you're going to adult contemporary, you're going to sort of the pop charts, Billboard 100.
Mm-hmm.
Was that ever, because this is Mariah Carey type of Whitney Houston type of stuff, but
Right.
as you guys was that conscious in like, well, we need to then make sure her music continues to follow for that audience, or compared to say what Mary was doing. um
We we always believed that if a song was strong enough that it would find its way, it would
mm,
surface or just kind of rise above. They say the cream of the crop.
yeah.
That kind of stuff is probably more of a Clive kind of a thing.
Oh,
You
taking it,
know,
moving it around.
yeah. But for us, they said if we thought it was a smash, you're not going to hold it back, no matter what
Wow.
it is. It's just not going to be held back. You can say it's this or it's that, but
Yeah,
if it's really great, it doesn't have a genre. It's just gonna go
yeah.
everywhere that it needs to go. So I never focused on that. Me personally, I never did. Even just me doing things on my own, I never pushed that kind of that stuff to me. I maybe should have, but I don't know. I just felt like the music would speak for itself, you know?
Yeah.
I begin to